Hi today. Welcome to Our Amplified Life. We love to come to you together every once in a while and have these really fun conversations about all the ins and outs of the things that you need to be aware of. And right now, we are talking the end of the season and sample sales and future bookings as a hostess, why you need to book early. So we're going to kind of give you the touch points of all the things to come and the things to be aware of. And you might want to start looking at your calendar. And in my opinion, this is not the season to co-host. So if you want to co-host, or if you've always co-hosted, you might want to start talking to each other and do separate parties. And there's a really important reason why. So Rebecca, why don't you kind of take us off and let's dig into this. This week is a bit.
Yeah, so this week, our samples for anybody that reserved samples with us, we were able to release those. And we also have the remaining samples that are available that you can check out that link. And maybe we'll go ahead and post our links in the show notes here.
Yeah,
so you can just have access to it. But sample sales are a fantastic way. It's basically, besides being a hostess, the only time that Cabby goes on sale. And so we've got hostesses that are able to reserve the pieces that are on our line at the beginning of the season at their show for 50% off. And then at the conclusion of the season, which we're wrapping up spring right now, they can get those pieces. So it's just a fantastic way to really kind of spread your wardrobe dollars over a larger area and get a little bonus discount there.
Yeah, and I like to say that samples and booking your show go hand in hand. And Rebecca calls it reserve. My clients are used to me using the word pre-sale because when a hostess puts her name on mine, it is sold, it is committed to her. And so we just can't release them till the end of this season. The reason I say they go hand in hand is let's talk dollars and cents here. So when you're a hostess and you get $1,000 show, in real time, you're earning 50% off discounts. Well, you probably have about 10 favorite items. So the benefit of booking early is you get to pre-buy our samples right from the get-go. And the earlier you book your show, the more you have to look through. And I do not limit my hostesses. If you book early, you get the most to choose from. That's how I do it. And it's always been that way. I've never changed it. So
that's how I do it as well. It just the early bird gets the worm.
Yes. And I try to tell my hostesses, be very strategic. So let's say there's an item that you really, really want. I don't have it on my size. It's not in my samples. That for sure is an item you're going to use that hostess benefit for, because you also have the option of returning and exchanging it. Now, my samples are there for the pieces that you can wait on. You love them. You know that I have the size you want. You've tried it on at the show. You're not worried about returning and exchanges because samples are a final sale. And so by doing it that way, you get all 10 of your items at 50% off. You just have to wait a little bit for my 5. But it seems to work really well anyway, because upfront, my hostesses are spending this much money at the first of the season. And then if they want to start paying for those samples in advance, they can. Or they can just wait till I invoice them at the end of the season, but they know those pieces are coming and they can kind of budget. Now, one thing that I don't think we talk about a whole lot is, let's say you have 5 items discounted or 10 because you had a great show, but you want 20. You can host again. Like, what I love about Cabby is you can book early and get your discounts at the first of the season. Maybe you got a vacation planned. Maybe you need some pieces for the way the season is now. And we're going into fall, so it is going to be hot. So Rebecca and I will be doing a video, what to wear now. We love to do that one. And that's when we talk about the lightweight pieces, the tanks, the things that you can wear while it's still 90 degrees. So those are the pieces you may want to concentrate on in the first of the season Well, by golly, by the time November's around, those sweaters and trenches are going out of the cabbie racks like crazy,
Yeah.
and you may need a few more discounts. So
It always cracks me up because my August clients that come through the shows, invariably, I'll be back in a few months with another hostess in the area. And they're always like, oh, well, I didn't see that. Is that new? Is that new? And you're like, nope, that's been, and we do have new arrivals that come in throughout
yes,
the
and that
season,
was
but
the other one.
they're main collection pieces that I had since the very beginning. You just see things differently when it's 100 degrees than you do when it's 60 degrees. So it's
Yeah.
always a good idea to kind of round back on that. And if you don't have friends that are wanting to host in your area to kind of spread the joy, then rehost yourself, because you know that your friends are going to want more than what they may want to spend at that one time. The other thing that is really fun is you can refer a friend, and when they host, she gets an extra 50% off item for being a new hostess, and you get a 50% item at her show for being the referrer. So we always appreciate you that way as well.
Yeah, and don't be afraid. Like, it doesn't, just because you're going to host a second show, it doesn't mean we're going to lug the clothes there a second time. So you can get creative and you can actually go back. I have a couple of hostesses. They're like, no, we don't need the clothes. We've tried them on. They're all in Cabby Tap, but we're going to gather a bunch of orders and I'm going to do the homework for you. And she gathers the orders. We get them on Cabby Tap, and bing, bang, boom, she's got extra discounts. And it only took a little bit of follow-up on her end and mine, and she has credit for a second show. So
Yeah.
really, really
Or
easy.
you could do a front row show. You could do a
Yeah.
virtual front row show and do it that way.
But with the new arrivals, often it's fun to kind of plan a second show around the time that they launch. And both Rebecca and I generally try to release the dates as soon as we know them, so that you can kind of plan for that, and it works out really well. Do you want to take us into the new hostess benefit for fall?
Yes. I think I'll be able to say it all correctly, but you correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, we'll
So
both have to pay attention because this is brand new.
when
So
you host your show between July 21st and August 31st, and it's a qualified show, which means it's over $1,500, which is super easy to attain. There's no problems there. You get one of 7 pieces for free. For free.
yeah,
And these
so
are not $50 pieces. These are
no,
like,
I think they said there's 2 jackets, 2 dresses. There's even like a
2
belt.
tops, a belt, 2 tops, 2 dresses, 2 jackets, I think.
Yeah, we'll know
Something
more.
like that.
We're gonna know more as soon as
We'll
Cabby
do a whole
releases them.
video on it. We're gonna let you know.
Yeah, but what's cool about this is, okay, so one thing you need to know though is it's not, the co-hostess does not get this benefit.
Yeah.
And that is why I mentioned it is probably not the season to co-host. If you have co-hosted and you have split benefits in the past, this is not that season, because only the hosting person will get that free item. There's no way to split it. There's no way to get you a second one. So get that in mind. And also start talking to your guests. The minute the sneak peek video is out, start getting them excited, because you do have to hit that $1,500 minimum show sales, and that's before tax. So it's the subtotal of your orders has to hit 1,500 for you to get that free item in your cart. It's not hard, but it does take planning, and it takes checking your calendars and talking to your friends and finding out when school starts and finding out when people want to shop. So we're telling you now, so you can kind of get your troops rallied and ready to go.
Yeah. And honestly, if you want dates from one of us, you probably better hurry, because I've got 11 shows scheduled already in July and August, and I may wiggle in 1 or 2 more, but it's going to be tight.
Yeah, those shows seem to go pretty quick for both of us. The hostesses that like booking early book early every season, but we always have one or two hostesses that's like, you know what, I'm going to take a season off, or I can't do it this season, my daughter's getting married, or like there's always that one or two kind of windows that you can slip in. So definitely reach out to us. We can also put you on a wait list for August, but get you booked in September in the meantime. We just don't want you missing out on that really cool benefit. And let me tell you, our CEO always wears something from the upcoming season at our past training. And I don't know if Rebecca eyed it like I did, but there's a velvet burgundy jacket coming that is like jaw-dropping beautiful.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait. Every time we've had a crushed velvet jacket, people have died over them. I think I have a tuxedo one, I have a navy blue one. There's like so many absolutely gorgeous velvet jackets.
I'm
So
just going to say, you're going to want to save all of your budgeted wardrobe dollars to be used in fall for Cabby, because this season is off the chain. It's amazing. And there's so many fantastic pieces you're going to want to grab. So don't go spending any other money until you see this line in person, because it's going to knock your socks off and you're going to want all of it. And if you've never hosted before, this is the season that you're going to want to decide to host, because I guarantee you're going to want to spread those wardrobe dollars a little bit more.
yeah. And so we just wanted to bring you the latest and greatest news updates. Ding, ding, ding. We need news like that.
Yeah.
News station.
Breaking alert, breaking
Yes.
alert.
And Scoop, our fashion week this like July is coming like right around the corner. It's in Nashville. And so any of you guys that like to register for the fashion show, definitely keep your eyes out, because we will be sending an e-blast. Cabby will have it on Instagram. But that will be, you'll have access to it on Saturday, the 21st. And that is
22nd.
all 22nd. That is also when everything, actually, does everything go live online on the 21st?
It'll be the night of the 21st.
Yeah. So maybe put that in your calendars. If you really want to know, get on Instagram. We will be there in the moment and also traveling. So the best thing to do is to register for the fashion show and watch Cabby's pages, our pages, for any highlights that we put in our stories. But get excited, get booked. And not only do you get this season samples, and if you haven't checked them out, I know I still have some really great pieces. What's interesting, and I'm going to say this really quick, Rebecca, and you can confirm or deny, but everybody thinks that my leftover samples are going to be the pieces nobody wants. And actually, I find that the samples that I have remaining are some of the best pieces, because people didn't want to wait for the rest of my season to get them. So a lot of the samples that I have available are actually the sold out pieces. So I can show you one in particular. In fact, Rebecca might end up snagging it for me. I don't know where it went. We just did a reorder for a few pieces of this item. This is a medium. It was not one that was reserved on my sample line. Why? Because everybody bought it immediately and then they waitlisted it, and now there's a reorder. So I bring that to you as an example that don't think that our samples are not worth diving into, because they are. And some of these are the best sellers. We just had hostesses. We only allow our hostesses to pre-buy. So if they didn't want to wait for it, then it's available to you guys. So
and the other thing is that, yes, these pieces have been tried on and we've hauled them and stuff, but they are in like new condition, and we don't sell things that are snagged or any of that business. So you are getting quality, top-notch pieces at a discount on our samples.
I know I added my new arrivals, and my new arrivals haven't even been tried on. So my new arrivals are new. So yeah, you're getting it at 50% off. And like my Pounce blouse, it was barely tried on because it sold out within the first month.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, well, I'm just going to move on then, because I don't know if I'll get it waitlisted. But my hostesses knew to waitlist it. So, you just never know. Like Rebecca said, I go through my samples. I do not resell anything that's damaged.
100%. Okay, guys. Well, we just wanted to kind of bring you behind the curtain a little bit on this. Make sure that you're aware of the sample sale and all of the good things that are coming our way in the next couple weeks and month, and just really reconnect and say hi. So thank you for being here with us again this week. Make sure you've liked and subscribed and shared us with your friends. We appreciate you so much. And until next week, stay stylish.